This is the Magitype case with keyboard compatible with the iPad 10th generation. And I have had, this is my third iPad in like 8 years. And in that 8 years, I've only had a couple of different covers. And 4 years ago, I bought, a little cheap keyboard to use, and I enjoyed it. But I didn't use it a lot. And so this time I was determined to try and use the full capabilities of the iPad as well as a keyboard and cover. And so that's why this particular product stood out to me. It kind of covered all the bases for me. And I have to say that I'm really pleased. There are a couple of things that I will touch on, but mostly I am like really feel like I'm in the big time now. It's like a whole different experience for me. For anyone not familiar, it has a hinged little prop here. So, for me, the whole experience is being able to use a keyboard the way I do when I'm on my PC. So I'm a PC user, have been since the very, 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 very beginning. And so, although I'm also an Apple iPhone user from the very, very beginning, but I've never really had a Mac or used a Mac keyboard. And this is most definitely a Mac keyboard. Now, those of you who have experience may say, well, that dumb, but the point is that some of these functions here may seem automatic to someone who's grew up with this profile, this Mac base, but I just haven't ever experienced it. Also, I have never really liked touchpads all that much, but I've dealt with them a couple of times. But, it's like usually if there's a mouse available, I'm going to grab a mouse. So I wanted to get a touchpad, and I'm glad I did, but I still have some stuff to learn. And that was one of my, major, I won't say it's even a disappointment, but I will say that in the instructions, and I'm going to go back to the manual here because these are pretty decent instructions. But over here, the very first one says press. This is a schematic diagram of touchpad functions. And the very first one says press with one finger until you feel a click. Well, I can't tell you how many times I pressed and pressed and pressed and pressed and pressed. I mean, I'd have pressed and pressed, and it just wasn't doing anything. And then for some odd reason, all of a sudden I pressed down here. Oh, there it is. So it would have been helpful if they would have included an instruction here that said towards the base of the touchpad at the bottom of it, because I can hear it now. You probably can't, but you can feel it and hear it. But if you're trying it up here, it's not going to do anything. So that very first one threw me. And it took me a while to figure out where I had to touch to get the click. And there are other things here that I just don't understand how they work. And I've tried them. And I need to go look at some, like YouTube videos. I was hoping I could find one on their description, on their listing page. And there's not one. There's no link to a website or anything. And then I went and looked on, the internet, hoping to find something. So maybe I just need to look up, Mac keyboards and how to do a touchpad and do things, because I could do simple stuff. But so, for instance, stickers, you're doing a message and you want to put a sticker on something. Well, I can put a sticker on it, but how do you size it? That's the thing that I was really having an issue with. I have to say that I like that there is a loop here, but with all loops, whether it's an elastic, which my last one had, I just worry that, the pin's going to come out or the loop is going to get, stretched out and not hold it as firmly. But it works now, so I'm happy with it. The other thing that I really like is how it detaches. That is so cool. And it just snaps back into place. It is like, that is so cool. I am thrilled. I like the hinge part back here. It works really well. The touch pad I've never experienced before. My previous, iPads never had it. So it's one of those things that I'll have to learn. But it doesn't, I don't think it's obstructed by the frame of the case here. I don't think it is, but it's just, one of those things. The quality, really strikes me as just really good. I am a fan. I thought, for the price, I'm getting what I paid for. I'll be honest. It was like, for me, I'm a cheap person. What can I say? But this was definitely a purchase that was well worth it. I love the keyboard, the responsiveness, the backlit, the function keys. I went through all of them. It's like, wow, these are really cool. These are useful. So I'm really happy with all of that. And I'm still learning. I'll put it that way. I'm just still learning, but I'm thrilled with what I have learned so far.